Hi, good evening. All right, so it's 9 o'clock. I've got maybe 2 hours to try to get something done. Um, I need to update my title for one thing. um, the issue today, the issue of the moment is this. I've got my plays loading, got that going. Yay, me, woohoo! But you can see they're missing a key ingredient. They have no images. And you can see the images aren't even, inside of the border completely. They're a little bit outside the border. So I got a little problems going here. We're going to try and see if we can resolve that. I have a couple of errors. I don't know if that's what the problem is. Unexpected character error, deserializing response in the playbook. So there could be some issues with my images just in that. So we're going to see if we can pin down our problem here. And I am kind of going back and forth with my various tools. I don't have the React app open at the moment. The React app open, honestly, the React app is having the same problem with the playbooks. I can't get the images to load. Now, I have had them loading, but I made some refactors and changes to clean up this, that, and the other thing, and ultimately they stopped loading. Actually, the whole thing broke. I had to do some serious work to get that all working again. But now it's all loading, but we're still having image issues. I do think that we're getting close. If I can knock out all these issues, perhaps we might be able to get this to the point where we are once again functional. Or in this case, finally functional. I don't know why I can't set this to a default. Whatever it is, I click on here, but it always keeps opening in the wrong one. Maybe because the others don't want to work. I'm trying 4.1. I don't know that it's better. I'm kind of finding it's not really. But I have noticed that if I type this and go click, we go back to 4.0. So I have to keep reselecting it. Is 4.1 any better? I don't know. This doesn't do agent mode. So both of them are kind of just guessing. And I've noticed that GPT doesn't like to look at your code. It just refuses to look at your code. No matter, at workspace means nothing to GPT. It just says, you should probably try to look for something like this and this and this and this. At runtime from the playbook load, ing. Also, the images in the game card are not showing up when the fix load. I figured fix one error. We'll see if other errors, fix one error, see if that does anything, then we'll go to the next error, see if that does anything, and hopefully we'll get somewhere. We do have, ideally, I get these images to load. That would be great. I mean, in near future. All right, let's see what we got. The error you're encountering indicates a JSON parsing issue in the API response when accessing your playbook. The error message, unexpected character encounter while path, blah, 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 typically occurs when the JSON deserializes expecting a simple value but received an object, starting with blah. Solution, look at the fetch user playbook method in playbook data. Playbook data. All right, so we'll put a break here. We're going to go ahead and attach this to Unity. And I will, this one is fetch all plays. So let's go ahead Does this do a debug.log? Does not. Let's try and see if I can do a debug.log and dump the response. Empty response when fetching plays. That doesn't sound right. Did I get an empty response when fetching plays? I just, oh, okay. Debug.log error. Play response result. Object message. I don't know if that's what I want, so we're gonna go play response. Put a break there. We'll see if Unity wants to hit this. Oh, I should probably enable this. We'll go ahead and stop it. I want to get a fresh load anyway. We'll go ahead and see if we can get this to fire up. Now you can see it's missing a little bit of pretty. What I'll probably do, at least for now, I gotta fix that image. Notice my scroll goes only part. It kind of has a lot of extra stuff at the end. I really need to fix my scroll. Good grief! What is the deal with my mouse? It's all over the place. Well, I don't think we broke. We should have broke, but we did not break. So, yeah, I'm going to have to... Why did it not stop there? All right, let's try that again. Why didn't it stop? I went here. Let's go back in here. Restart that. Give it a new chance to reconnect. For whatever reason, it didn't want to. I think I didn't actually get it to compile the first time. All right, so I gotta go turn on some sound. My brain is already going. I can't hear myself think. It's too quiet. The noise is deafening. The silence is deafening.
Ben Blair finishing up the warm-up tosses for the Liberty Flames. A right-handed pitcher, 6'3", 200.
We're outfielders, so left field and center field.
And we've got a discussion over with the umpire at third base.
I wonder if it's going to have anything to do with, there was a mix-up with the numbers. It could even be something as simple as this. You have to turn in a 27-man roster before the weekend. You hand it to the umpire, and so that they know these are the 27 guys that we're saying we can play. Well, if he got left off of that, this game would actually be a forfeited game.
Wow.
For using an
That's
ineligible
true.
player.
The pitcher, Ben Blair, home plate official talking to him. Is he being taken out? Wow. Yeah, it looks like the umpire is overusing a phone. They're checking on some kind of rule that, how you rule in this situation. It looks like we have a decision, and the Jack State Gamecocks are going to get this win via the forfeit. The ruling in favor of the Gamecocks, an ineligible player by Liberty.
Wow. Crazy
Ben
talk.
Blair
Okay,
finishing
all
up
right,
the
I got distracted. All right,
for the Liberty Flames.
we're going back.
Right-handed pitcher, 6'3",
So,
200.
We're outfielders, so
I was turning on music. I got distracted. My sound ended up coming in the way of watching the video. Videos are distracting sometimes. Alright, I guess we'll just play this one. I'm not gonna be picky. It's just gotta have something going in the background or my brain will stop. Honestly, I think it keeps me from going into the yawns. I don't know why I get the yawns. But hopefully this will help with that. It's just having, I don't know what it is. I need some music. And I wish it could be music I would normally choose, but I can only choose royalty free because I played a piece of a song last time and I said Twitch or YouTube would get mad at me for playing it. And rest assured they did. They muted part of my last stream. Alright, whatever's happening, we're not actually getting in here. Something is blowing the heck up. I don't know why. So our response, for some reason, is coming back empty. But it's what's weird is we are actually fetching all plays. So I don't know what's going on here. It's like... Oh. Dang it. How do I... I don't have a way to get out of this. I have not made that way yet. Alright, something's going on here. How do I guess do I not get out of here? I gotta give myself a way to get out of the simulation screen. I don't have a way to exit this. Because the scene is supposed to simulate a game and then disappear. So it's not supposed to be, or it'll have an exit or some way to quit or leave the game or whatever. But I haven't given it that. So it's not working, of course, but that's, you know, neither here nor there at the moment. So I got to stop hitting the simulation button because until I push the size of the simulation screen down or put it behind the navigation panel, that's what I should probably do for now. Let's go ahead and close this. Let's go ahead and put the navigation panel on top. There we go. This should allow us to accidentally click on that. Eventually I don't want the game to be able to be navigated out of in that way. I mean, you know, maybe I will. And then just have like a little scoreboard up here while it's running. You can go do other things. But when you go to certain areas, like playbook is in use by your team or whatever, you can't edit it while it's in use. You can't do a lot. The only reason you would be able to leave, maybe to go browse your collection, maybe buy some cards at the shop, maybe do other things, but you wouldn't be able to do much with your team because they're all involved in a game. But that's kind of what I'm... See, I'm not hitting my... I'm not hitting anything here. Why am I not hitting this? What is going on? My playbook data should be getting hit. I don't understand why it's not. Something is going on here. So, but things are loading, which is even more weird. Things are loading, so what is happening? Try this again. Oh, yes. All right, let's Let's try this again. Because I should be hitting this breakpoint. Something's happening, so I know it's loading. But we're not hitting this. We are fetching all plays. Or at least I thought we were. Let's go to the playbook playbook manager. Create a game card. Is play in user playbook. Filter. Load play data. Alright, I'll go here and see if that's... There is a fetch all plays async. Is there like a different fetch all plays? Playbook service. Okay. I think I see the problem. We have two fetch plays. One of these is not supposed to be doing what they're doing. One of these is not working right. I just realized I got fetch playbook service, which it should not be calling the plays directly. It does APS. Yeah. Fetch all plays async. Okay, so we got a problem here. Time to stop. I somehow created duplicate entries to my code here, which is not good. Gonna stop this. Well, all right, so let's go back. I'm gonna run it one more time. I'm gonna prove. I gotta prove to myself that that's what's happening. I'm 99% sure the problem is that we're simply not calling the right method, or we're calling a working method, but it's not fully working. It's not doing everything it's supposed to. Let's see if we actually, what I'm actually loading here. All right, we didn't hit that method there, but let's see if I hit it when I go to here. No, something's loading this. Something is calling these plays. These game cards are getting loaded. I don't know where or how, but these are where they're getting loaded. Okay, so we have a script somewhere attached to these guys. And I need to figure out which one. Is it the playbook setup panel? Playbook service. I feel like the playbook service is the one. But we definitely have some issues because something is getting called and I can't tell you what. Fetch user playbook async. I don't have to put breaks everywhere because I really don't know what's getting called here. Something's loading stuff, but I don't know where. Load data, set unit, start. Playbook plays. That's on setup. But it should be hitting. All these things should be hitting. I have all kinds of breaks everywhere. Alright. Finally. Alright, so we're at load play data. Fetch all plays async. So yeah, we're calling the wrong one. We're calling playbook service, which is kind of what I thought we were doing, which is not what I want. Or it's partially not working correctly. It's obviously not returning all the right data. It's getting a lot of the right data. It's calling the API handler, but I should not be calling, because playbook data.cs is supposed to be handling the fetch all plays. So I don't know. I feel like this whole service bit is like a second layer on top of everything. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't need to be, but it should be going through my data layer. I don't like it having API calls out here, but for now, it's obviously skipping my actual call. The call it's supposed to be doing this. API handler get fetch user playbook. See, and then it's loading even when it's not supposed to. We're not supposed to load technically. Should not be loading the plays until I actually click this thing. But now it's loading them. Images can load in advance, but they shouldn't be loading right there. I'm supposed to load the images when the system starts. That's correct. The rest of this is not supposed to be happening. Now run away. So whatever we got here, I don't know. This is one for each. Okay. For the issue with images not showing up in the game card, there could be several causes. Verify image loading, add more debug, let trace log. All right, so load play image async. So, see, I got load play image, I got load play image MC. Yeah, there's too much junk here. Gonna have to clean this up. All right, time to fix. All right, we're gonna go back here, hit stop, close this. All right. To introduce redundant code. All API calls should be going through the data folder. There is a playbook data.cs that should be making calls to API handler.cs. It includes a fetch all plays. However, it seems that function never gets called as the playbook service.cs is making the call itself. We need to fix this. All right, so mean, yeah. I mean, really, I don't think anything else needs to be fixed. I just need to copy. Alright, so we'll dump that one. Hopefully, we're still good, but we still have the issue of, and I think the other one has some extra air handling and stuff. If we have issues, we will find out in a minute, but we still have problems with the images not loading. But I'm going to go ahead and go back up here. There was a thing with load play image. Let's go there. We're gonna go load play image. It suggests adding a few, I mean, obviously, it's a good decision. I'm gonna add some oh hey images, just some air handling. It's just some debug messages. Look at that, debug, 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 debug. Does this even do anything? It's just all debugs. What? Inspect the playbook service. Add logging in the load play image method. Just what the heck, man? Inspect the playbook service. Is this in the playbook service? Is there another call to this? Is there two of these too? Ah, there's two of these too. Ah! Ah! Why are we doing this? This is a dead file. This is the living one. That one's... Oh, it's calling this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. So at least, well, I guess it is calling it. I guess it's better than nothing. So this load playbook image does the call to this load playbook play image. Can he be? Why, hello, Kenny B. Sure, I'll add you. Go ahead and say hi. But what do you stream, man? What do you? What's your stream all about? I haven't seen you before. You say you love stream. You never said hi before. So are you loving it just this minute, or are you been around? You say you're a streamer too, huh? What is this? Alright, let's go to playbook service. So load play image. So really all it did was add a bunch of this stuff, some try catch in there. A bunch of debug errors, but we'll take it. I would love to know why it's doing this. Load play image in load play image async. Is that in here too? Probably. Where does it think that's at? Where's that at? It's in the game card. Let's see, debug. We're gonna add some debugging. Sure, more debugging. Texture. Add some more debug. Okay, so this isn't doing anything. I don't have to add. I don't worry about it too much as long as it's not doing anything that's going to break what's working. You know, you don't want to break what's real. Is that it, Kenny? Nothing to follow up on? Just, hey, let's connect? You're first getting the response as a string and then deserializing. Try modifying your API handler get T method to handle JSON objects directly. Alright, let's go see what API handler is doing. You're first getting the response as a string and then deserializing it. Try modifying your API handler.getT method. Now, why don't I first just break this guy and see what it is you're doing. And then we're just gonna go save all and connect. Here. And then we're going to take it over to here and try run it again. Trigger some of them. Trigger some of the breakpoints of mine. See if we can get some progress here. Wow, is it 9:30 already? Wait, what time did I say I was? Oh yeah, it must have been almost 9. So it's only been 30 minutes. It feels like it's. I was like, oh man, time's going fast. I thought it'd been an hour, but it's only 30 minutes. That's not too bad. At some point, we're going to get this thing to load with some images, which will be totally cool. Images that were generated in code, which is also pretty cool. But I got to get these suckers to load. Okay, so why? You still doing your thing? What are you doing, man? What's your holdup? Reloading domain. Sometimes I don't know why it takes so long to do stuff. Hopefully it's not just gonna blow up on me here. Let's go over here and click save, just in case something's gone. I think it's all saved already. I don't have anything that was open, but and I didn't change anything in the UI. I feel like it's thinking about crashing or something. It shouldn't be taking this long. We're not making any progress here. I may have to kill it. I think we might. What's blocking me? I don't think it's a memory thing. I'm just clearing stuff for fun. Oh wait, something's happening. Hey, we triggered it. That's another thing I gotta fix. I don't want my playbook loading on load. I want the images to go ahead and load, but everything else needs to wait until I actually get to the playbook. We shouldn't be preloading all that stuff. It's okay to keep it once it's loaded, but it's not okay to load it until it's needed. All right, so what do I, anything here specifically I want to see? Yes. Let's go here. Let's go first. Obviously didn't hit whatever that was. Fetch all plays. I don't know what that's gonna do except go here first. So we are going in here, which I probably don't need to break here if I really just want to get in there. Because this is where the data is going to be got. So we make our call, we come back here. Wait, what happened? Fetch all plays. Somehow we skipped over stuff. All play, we have no place. How do we get no place? Oh, here's an interesting thing. ID 1, random completion. Fetch all plays, but null set. Alright, so something. Alright, there's no count in there. That totally did not come back with anything. That should not have worked. Not have happened. Oh, that's the playbook. Hello. Fetch all plays. What does this one have? Alexa, stop! What the heck does she think she heard? She can't hear me when I actually talk to her, but then she hears me when I'm not talking to her, and I'm just mumbling. Okay, so that says we have plays. Playbook dot plays count. I'm not seeing any. Oh, that's the user playbook plays. There's nothing in there. I already know that. User playbook is empty. That's all plays, and that's user plays. We got 0 of each. Filter and display plays. So we're broken. Whatever that returned, it was empty. Playbook manager, playbook service. I don't think there's any plays. Yeah, what is? Yeah, it came out empty. Okay, so let's go here. So when we swapped to use the fetch all plays in the playbook data.cs, we did not verify that it functioned in the same way. Now data is not loading at all. Can you see what is missing or what is not managed? So we're going to go back over to here to playbook data. So I told it I wanted my fetch all plays to be here, but there was an issue here. Still thinking. Exception with the scroll bar. No, that's not even what I want. Debugging the issue. Getting the error at runtime from public bundle images. Alright, so I'll stop this again. Probably have to stop this again. Also, I really do gotta make an adjustment for not loading playbook on startup. Currently, the only thing related plays that should be happening at application startup is the downloading of new images into the cache. However, it seems we are loading all the play data, which should not happen until we actually attempt to load the playbook. Let's check something quick. We're gonna go over here.
Is it coats the inside of the balloon, making it a little bit better there for longevity for the heel.
Well, I don't know. My thought is somebody comes to your stream and the only thing they say is, hey, connect with me on Twitch or Discord. And they don't bother to respond or further inform or give you any idea who they are or what they're about. My first inclination is to say no. Because there's something, I don't know, sus. That's as my daughter would put it. Something sus about somebody who can't even stick around long enough to say hi or talk or chat for even a minute, tell you a little bit about themselves. They want you to connect with them. I'm like, sure, if you tell me a little bit about who you are. I've never heard of you before. We've never talked before. And then they just disappear. They just ghost. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, man. Sounds like you, whatever you're doing, trying to sell me something, trying to spam me. I don't know what you're doing, but I don't feel like you're legit. You're somebody I'm gonna try to reach out to. So, yeah, I don't know what's your game you're playing, but I'm not interested in playing with you. Anybody tells you they love your stream and then can't bother to respond after that, it's pretty much they're just full of it. So okay, so you're absolutely right. Currently your app initializer is triggering the begin preloading image method, which in turn loads the play data through fetch all plays async. This is not optimal. The preloading should only download images for plays already in the cache, not fetch all play data. So let's go to play image preloader and fix that. Okay, so let's see, dictionary to track loaded images, optional. Add a setting control, cache duration. Start public method to initialize the preloading process. Modify preload. Default version is not found. Alright, so we're gonna go with this. Just making sure it's not one of those, hey, we did this, but you don't need to change anything else. Extract version from URL. I happen to know this isn't fully working, by the way, but, well, I don't know. I mean, I may have the code. I'm not properly loading it. All right, so first, let's see if we can get this far. Oops. Gargly margly, 30 hairs. What did it do? All right, we'll do these one at a time. We're good? No error there? Okay. Preload playbook image routine. Let's see, did it do anything else? Like change the source? Added a new option, only load playbook images. Updated the message. This change ensures that app won't unnecessarily load all play data at startup, while still pulling images for that matter. Those in the playbook gives you flexibility. Okay, so we're gonna undo this. So making this method with the async modifier, changing its return type to text to enumerator. The only preload book images does not exist in the current context. All right, let's undo that. We're gonna go. Why do we need the option? Only preload playbook images. We will never say no to that option, so why have it? I don't know why it's giving me options. It's like, oh, I said never, I don't want that stuff loaded, and it says, well, let's go ahead and give you an option to turn it off. Then I was like, why not just turn it off? I don't want it. We're never going to want to do that. That's not proper code of Henry. You don't load data simply because you want the option. I don't want the option. I want it not there. I want no. It's kind of like knowing you're an alcoholic and keeping the alcohol in the house, even though you know you need to quit, you're going to quit. It's like, well, just in case, we'll leave it in the cabinet. It's like, no, I don't want it in the cabinet. I want it not there. I don't want this. There's no reason to have it. Now, method is this? This is just this one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and copy that and paste it over this. Oh no, are we doing a coroutine? Don't like the coroutine architecture. We should not be using it. If at all possible. All right. Much better. Okay, so we got that clean and we have no bugs. Yay! Well, we have warnings, but that's better than bugs. Okay, so let's go ahead and yeah, you know, there's a lot of people out there who have a hate for AI programming. And I get it. I get it. There's a lot of things to hate. There is. There's also people who are AI snobs. What it basically means, it's like people who hate Microsoft simply because they're Microsoft. Oh, you can't be using Microsoft. They're not real technology. They only steal their code. They only blah, 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 blah. They don't create anything new. Blah, blah. Apple's the better. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it goes for everything, right? I mean, everybody thinks their thing is the best. And there's just like people who won't use Edge. Edge is just a crap. Chrome is the only way to go. Why does anybody use Chrome? Oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of thinking is just, it's immature. It's also wrong. I mean, I use Edge. I use Chrome. I use them both. And everybody has their preference. I get it. People can have a preference. There's nothing wrong with that. But to hate on people who use it, and simply because they don't want to use it themselves, like they're too good for it. Well, I'll tell you what, any developer right now, in this day and age, and in years coming forward, any developer who refuses to use AI on principle is either going to be a solo developer for the rest of their lives, one that's very far behind, or they're going to be out of work. They're going to have to find new technology, because the fact is, people, AI is here and it's not going away. As long as we have computers from this point on, AI architecture is going to exist. It's going to get better and better and better and better. And if you want to stay in the industry, you're going to have to learn how to use AI. You're going to have to allow it to code. You're going to have to allow it to do some of the things it does. But the trick is to learn what it can't do or understand what it's doing and work with the AI to make better code, better apps, better stuff. Don't be shy about letting AI, don't be a snob, preventing yourself from being able to take advantage of all of the benefits that it can offer you. And truthfully, if you're paying attention, don't just let AI run all over you. And if you do let it run all over you, you're going to have a lot of problems. I've learned that, and I still do it sometimes, and it holds me back. But it doesn't. I know enough about coding to understand when to kind of, whoa, where are you going with this? What is this direction you're taking? And eventually you start understanding that this is not a better way. This is not a good way. Get the AI back on track. And so you're at this point in life a good developer in the development road. A good developer is now turning into more of a, we'll call him a programming lead, a conductor on the train of coding, where you're trying to keep this fast bullet train of a technology. You're just trying to keep it on the track because there's a lot of tracks been built for it now. It can go everywhere. It knows all the ways to get somewhere. It doesn't always know the best way to get there. Your job is to help the AI get you there in the best, fastest, most people friendly way. AI doesn't care. AI just says, let's get there. This way will go there. This way will go there. Let's go both ways. And you get there eventually, but you're just going to be like, and you're going to be like, if I would have just went this way, it would have been cooler. It would have been nicer. It would have done the trick. And your job is to keep it from going off the track. But you're driving a bullet train. It's so much faster, so much better, and learn to understand that that's what AI is going to be for you now. If you can't do that and you rather just hate the people using AI, well, sorry for you, man. You're going to be left in the dust. Get over it. I'm a developer. I think I'm a very good developer. I don't know all code, but you know what AI lets me do? It lets me program in all code. Code I've never seen before. It lets me program in all those things. It lets me bring my skills and abilities in software development to everything I work in. Unity, C#, React, Go, Docker, Ngrok, all these things I know nothing about. Tailwind, CSS, and all the little tools that you can put into React. Microsoft Azure, all these things. I have learned so much in the last year. I mean, it's crazy the amount of data I've taken into my mind, and I've gotten myself familiar with getting around in all these tools now. And I could not say the same, a year ago. In fact, I've learned more in the last year than I probably did in the 5 years before this. Now, am I 5 years of experience in? No way, man. I just know a lot of stuff now. Am I an expert in any of it? No, I've taken on a bunch of new stuff I know nothing about, but I'm getting there. I'm learning stuff. I'm able to navigate my way through Unity and Go and React and all these tools now. And I'm getting a familiarity with how they load and how they structure and what stuff comes together. But my years and years of development experience have got me into a point where I can kind of go, okay, AI, you're kind of doing dumb stuff now. I am learning a few things that I may want to avoid in the future with AI. One is you have, okay, so you're working on something and you're like, oh, AI, you tell AI what you want to do, what your goal for the thing is, right? But you're saying right now I want to do this. But the AI goes, oh, well, since you did this, I gave you this code, what may want to look like for this in the future. And I'm like, oh, cool, I'll take it. What the heck? I'll keep it. It'll be a stub for later. Don't bother. When it's time to implement that stub later, the AI will forget about it. You'll probably forget that you even had it because it was not ready. And it's going to be totally rewritten anyway. It's going to be totally different. It's not even going to be the same stub. So you'll be rewriting that whole piece of file. You may even change your architecture. Things you do early, don't need stubs for things you're going to do way later, because it's just not going to happen. So I don't recommend doing that anymore. I was doing it. I kind of like said, oh, cool, well, that'll be something I need, so let's go and keep it. It's not going to work. It'll give you something based on what it thinks is going to happen, but it doesn't know your full thing. And AI is just not great about keeping track of your code base. I have not been able to figure out a good way to get the AI to stay on top of my code base. So often it just says, it likes to give suggestions. You should look at this code and possibly look for this value or that situation. And you're like, I don't even have that code. There is no thing like that. What are you talking about? And it says, oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I should actually look at your code. Now that I've looked at your code, yeah, you don't need that. It's like, that's what AI does. And you have to be able to stay on top of it and understand what it's trying to tell you, and understand what you should not do when it's doing all the crap it's doing. Anyway, so I got this fetch all plays async. I should not have gotten that. Why did I call fetch all plays async? That's the question. And this is at startup, I think. Did I actually click on the... Yeah, when I loaded up, I should not have hit that. I got everything. Everything ran again. I still hit all those things. Well, something did not work. We still seem to be calling the fetch all plays async even when our startup. The playbook manager does not seems playbook manager is still getting called via the So, there's a lot of times when I give a command to AI and I step back and I wait for its response. Sometimes I dig into the problem myself. It's kind of just dependent. Would it be lazy? No, I'm sitting here watching it, waiting for it. I'm ready to jump on top of it. But is that always the best way? No. I think sometimes I do give too many things to AI. I'll be fair and say that. I give it too much. And things that would have been, in fact, a lot of times I could just fix a problem myself and it would have probably been faster. But I don't always know when that is. I think what it is I try something a few times and I keep looking at it and I start learning how it's been set up. And I'm like, okay, the problem's right here. I'm just going to fix it. Because I'm seeing it, learning it, understanding it. So it's kind of like repetition. You keep doing this thing, you keep going in, AI can't figure it out. And then you let your eyes finally start to focus and you start to get it. And yeah, I could probably step through it more and be more on top of it myself. That would be better, yes. So this is basically saying it's going to turn it to where only when the panel's going to be displayed. You're like, duh. That was kind of what I was going for, my friend. Let's do that. I don't know. Let's see what's new here. Anything new? So we got Playbook Manager. We got what? Oh, is loading, data loading, user all play. Okay, so we don't need that, but we will. The bottom 3 lines and the start method. Yes, which is really the only one I care about. There shouldn't be, but what is the problem here? 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh. 3, 4, 1, 2. What is this one? Add this to control whether data loads immediately. Load data on enable, true. Controls initial visibility. Add this to a control. To controller. Is that a thing I need to add to? Well, it's there. I don't know if I had. Do I have to? It's serialized though. Which means, does that mean I have to put it in my? Configuration options. Load data on enable. Controls whether data loads automatically when the panel is enabled. Controls whether the panel is visible at startup. Again, do we need options? Panel will never be loaded at startup. Only cover panel controls whether data loads automatically when the panel is enabled. Controls whether the panel is visible at startup. Oh. Panel will never be whether the panel is will never be visible at startup. We should only ever load on enabled. You can hold data once it is loaded for faster later, but should never load prior to. So again, it's trying to set options, load data on enable. We don't need to say that, just load data on enable. We're never going to have initial A active. Stop trying to create conditions. AI refuses to accept that there is only one option. It's like, I gave you this great idea, so I know you're saying you don't want this, but let's leave it in the option just in case. The AI is the devil. Oh no. Oh, don't say it. No. It's like, but you really might want it. You don't really want it to be good, clean code, do you? Maybe just in case. We'll leave this bad idea in there, and who knows? You may want it. There's a line in the play I'm doing, and my wife doesn't want this gun, and it's her idea to have these guns in the first place. And I go, it was your idea, but this was your idea. Perhaps you might want to use it on me before the night is over. And she just kind of smiles. I'm like, you know. But this was your idea, remember? Maybe you want to use it on me before the night is over. She's like, I want to use it on you right now. You suck. Yeah, that's what I say. Unnecessary complications. Let's not do stupid stuff. I don't like cluttery crap in my code. Can we undo the cluttery crap, please? Unenable. Set up. Whoa, I have two on enables? What the heck? Private async void on enable. Private async void. Why the heck do I have two of those? What the heck? I don't know why I have this. Why do I have this commented out code? Oh, I know what that was supposed to be. It's not supposed to be there anymore, but okay. Where are we at? Do we have any more errors? Errors? Where's my error log? I guess I don't have it with this thing running. Guess I'm not doing that. Let's go ahead and stop this again. Get it out of my face so I can see what the heck. And then we'll go back to here. Restart. And we will try again. It is a very good idea for us to get this going in a strong, correct manner to start. And then eventually, hopefully, we get our images onto our boxes. Because this is really annoying, I'll tell you that. But, let's get it clean to start. Oh. Reload the domain. Getting some ugly stuff again. Some things take really long. See, time flies fast. What am I over? An hour now? An hour and 15 minutes? Ah, my time is going so fast. And these Unity has some really slow load times. I'm going to tell you that right now. If we're coding in Unity, ugly muggly. I hope the compile times are faster when it runs. I mean, when it's compiled, I hope it runs faster. I don't really have anything else running that would be slowing it down. I don't even have my usual extra stuff going. I usually have a lot of extra stuff kind of triggering away, but like reloading domain, why does that take so long? Finally. I'm gonna start taking advantage of these. Ouch! I'm gonna start taking advantage of these downtimes. Start getting exercise in. I'm gonna start doing pull-ups while I'm waiting. Pull-ups, push-ups, squats. I don't know, something. The only drawback, of course, to doing exercise while trying to sit around is I don't want to get hot and sweaty. I just want to engage the muscles and warm up a little bit. But, man, what is going on, Unity? Just get it over with. 3 minutes for loading up. I don't know why it takes so long. It sure gets lost. I don't know. Unity takes a long time to load. I wonder if there's something I can do to optimize it or clear its cache or something. Assets. Disabling compressed assets. Use assembly definitions. Delete the library folder. If your project is taking an unusually long time to load, deleting the library folder and reopen Unity can help. Huh. The library folder. I could try. Couldn't hurt. I don't know what the library folder is. You know, honestly, I'm not even sure where Unity's installed at. I know. I wonder if it's just my app. If it's just my app, let's see if I have a. Do I have such a folder? Library folder. Let's see. FPFM. Oh, there's a library folder. How much stuff is in that? Most projects should rebuild HUD problems. Some users have reported missing UI elements or changed project settings after deleting the library folder. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to make backup of your project before deleting the library folder. Just in case. Copy, I'd say copy the library folder, then delete the library folder. Good grief, why is this taking so long? This is ridiculous. 6 minutes? Come on. Come on, Unity. Put a little... This is silly. I should not have to be afraid of reloads. You're making me afraid of them. Waiting for you, man. That is crazy talk, man. I don't have anything in my memory or anything going on. Basically have everything turned off. Let's turn off this extra. I don't think I need that one. We'll just work around it. It didn't really help. I'm just trying to clear out memory hogging things. Hold on, busy. Okay, so this is getting silly. I can't delete it right now, but it's taken like 7 minutes for me just to get to rebuild my code here. This is, oh gosh, is it actually running? Oh my gosh, is that what the holdup was the whole time? I was waiting for it to load. Why does it say it's building crap? Ugh. All right, fetch all plays async is still called. Playbook manager is still getting called on startup. No, never mind. I was complaining about stuff, and my fault. I wasted time thinking it was. Well, let me try something then. If that's the case, let's stop this. Is my playbook panel even enabled? It is. Okay, so we're gonna go turn this off. Let's turn that off. That should not even be enabled. The only thing that should be enabled to start, actually, nope. Nope, let's enable that one again. This is the one I want to have on. This should be disabled. And the only thing that should be enabled is the title screen. That should be enabled. Okay. And then in this title screen, the login registration panel should be not enabled. This is all we should see to start, and that should be my native state. Let's see if that prevents the thing from loading. Ah, see, that was it. I just needed to turn all that crap off. And then I click here. Let's see, no active loader, so I'll make sure to select football, camera manager, fixed speed, controller, Okay, so the one thing I'm not seeing is the image loaded, but it may already have them loaded. But wouldn't the image preloader have fired at least? All right, so is there any calls to this? Debug. Preload playbook images. Starting to preload playbook images. I expected to see this. Let's see when this is called. Try. Begin preload images. So it should be checking for images. All right. I didn't see this in the log. That's why I'm Curious as to where that is. Play image preload. Oh, we got so many things. I feel like we still have too many things doing too many parts. Preload images on start. Why do we do that? Why doesn't it just do it? Why do we always have to have a flag for everything? just preload images on start, man. Just do it. We don't need this crap. Okay, so we still have a break there, but problem is, why isn't this being called now? So I don't need this one, because the point is I should be getting to this. Well, I do want to see this because I should be able to see a log statement for it, and I should be seeing checking for images older than blah 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 duration. I wonder if I could divide this by wait, what is it dividing by? Man. Alexa, how many seconds are in an hour?
1 hour is 3,600 seconds.
3,600. Divided by 3,600. Can I do that? Is that allowed? Might not be allowed. Oh, and then that's not right either. That's how many hours times 24. Alexa, how much is 3,600 times 24?
3,600 times 24 is 86,400.
86,400. Normally I do the math in my head, but I'm not feeling it. It's 10:23 at night. We'll see if that even works. It might not work. I mean, it's not bugging out, but that doesn't mean it's gonna work. But what we're not getting here is I expected to see like a lot of warnings, but nothing to do with my images being preloaded. Which means nothing's calling this begin image preload or even going into my play image preloader. Seems the play image preloader.cs is not loading. Startup as expected. What am I missing? How should this be set up? It's possible. You know what? I wonder if it'll actually work now. Because I took that condition out, which was stupid. I wonder if I was not setting that condition in whatever I needed to set it in. Because it was just, again, it's trying to do things. Let's go ahead and see if it'll load now. So we're going to go back over here. Attach back to Unity. Get everybody reattached, and then hopefully we're fully up and running, and we will fire away again. I need a shave. I feel like I'm getting the good old furry face going here. Alright, I'm not seeing anything stop. Now it's actually not going in here. Making sure this time I'm actually watching to see if we break at some point. This time it really is Unity taking its own sweet time. If things were working like they were supposed to, this play image preloader should be firing. I don't know why I have an image loader and a play image preloader. I don't know what if they're serving different purposes. Play image preloader is supposed to be just making sure the assets exist on the computer or on the device. And then I don't know if image loader is like we loaded. Never hit our stopping points. Okay. Well, first things first, get the images loaded onto the system. Then the plays should load, or that's what you want to be able to do. You got to get the plays onto the system, fire them up. And once I see that it's at least trying to load the images, script isn't being automatically initialized at startup because of the Unity loads and activate scripts. Let's fix the setup so the image preloader runs properly at application startup. Yeah. Create a singleton pattern for your play image preloader similar to how you set up image loader. Just to be sure, what are the distinct purposes of image loader versus image preloader? Just want to make sure they're not doing the same thing. Because if they're doing the same thing, redundant code, need to get rid of it. Low-level utility for loading images on demand. Functionality handles the actual HTTP request to fetch images. Boo! No. Oh, no, that's okay. Provides a centralized service for loading image data from URLs. Manages the direct conversion of image data to Unity textures. Might include basic caching of loading textures in memory. When used during runtime, when UI elements need to display images called by components like game card and playbook service, design patterns usually implemented in a single service that other components call. Proactively loads images in advance to improve user experience. Functionality loads images before they're needed by UI components. Tracks image versions to avoid. Manages a batch loading process to avoid overwhelming systems. Specifically focus on playbook images that users are likely to view. When used at application startup, when entering sections where images will soon be needed after user actions that might create a need for new images. A more specific component utilizes the base image loader but adds strategic preloading timing. Image loader reactivates loads when requested, loads in advance. Scope by image loader. Okay, so it does have, okay, so it's kind of what I was hoping they would be different enough. Okay, alternatively, use the app initializer. If you have an app initializer or setup manager script, add this code to ensure the preloader runs. Okay, let's do that. I'm pretty sure I do have. I thought I had an app initializer. Thought I did. Here it is. Don't destroy initialize service. Oh, it does have an image preloader, except it's not called correctly. Alright, do I just stop this? I do have an app initializer, but do we need to add instance to the preloader? Because I have the option stated. Huh. Oh, what the heck, man? Please restate. I always think it's funny when the AI crashes or loses or whatever, it'll have your answer out, but then it goes, no, nope, I had a problem, I'm deleting that. Hopefully it won't crap out again like it did last time. Oh, it did it again. Stop it! Why are you doing this? I can't even copy it fast enough. It's like there, and then it's not there. Something about adding an instance. It said it's following it like the image loader, so let's go see. I might be able to just copy what the image loader is doing. I'll go, Ugh. 'Cause I don't think, I think it might just crash out again. Let's go with a Windows vertical tab group. Is it going to finish or is it going to crash again? Okay, so hopefully. So they added this whole instant stuff, but for preloaded. Oh, they put all this stuff in at the top? That's weird. Like before the serializing? Playbook service? Serialized private playbook service. No, I don't want that. I think what I want is that, and I just want to put it right above start. I don't know why I did it that way, but it's better. I don't think those need to go above the serializers. I'm not even sure why I just did this, but I don't even have other stuff, that's why. Alright. So now that we've added that, are we doing this? Object, find. It does a lot of that referencing stuff that doesn't. Okay. Oh, did I stop this? I did. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and reconnect. See if anybody complains. Nobody complained. Okay, that's good. Are we up and running? We are. All right. So we go here and hit play. Try it again. And then we go here to see if we hit any breakpoints. We should hit breakpoints, like this one. If everything does what it's supposed to, we'll hit this breakpoint. Because it's quite possible that if the preloader's not running, then when the loader tries to run, it's going to go, there's nothing to load. There's nothing here. So, because the preloader is supposed to go get the images and put them in memory or put them in the system so that the image loader, when it's time to load images, can get them. So it's quite possible it's not even finding images. That's why we're getting to this point. And I feel like we did not hit it, or it's still doing whatever it's doing. 43-second delay and counting. Let's get the images onto the device. Then, well, at least that screen's doing something. I'm not seeing it. Oh, it didn't fire. Did not fire. I should have saw stuff on here. Should have been a debug screen or something. Got 4. Nope, we totally did not hit it. Great gurgly murgly. Okay. Did we not come here? Ah, Jaws working, man. How's the thing popping? Alright. So what else can he own? App initial user. Did not trigger call to the play image preloader. That's expected. Because I stopped it, restarted it, app started again. Everything should be fresh. We should have everything in here. So we can probably close this one, this one. So I can't even blame any calls. I mean, these two guys are the ones that are supposed to be triggering stuff. So the question is app initializer the reason is app initializing? So we'll put a break here. Then it has a conditional check that requires preload image at startup to be true and image preloader to be assigned. Oh. Oh. Wait. Preload images. No, that's not a... Is that another check? Oh, God. Get rid of this. We do preload at startup. That is stupid. Why is that a thing? And what is image preloader? Well, I get that. It's got to at least be set. So, alright, let's see if this will trigger. Probably not, but hold on. Let's stop it again. While I'm at it, I should probably go over here. I shouldn't have to restart this. Because I assume it's going to hot reload, but I don't have much time left. I feel like I'm getting closer. I'm slowly pinning down the problem. But it should be coming in here. I got rid of the trigger to check. We should be able to come in here now. All that's doing is making sure that I set the preloader in the app initializer, so hopefully by doing this we should hit this start. Now I guess it's possible app initializer is not loading, like I didn't set it somewhere. I thought I did, but even if the condition is met, the code gets an instance view. What? Start periodic version checking if enabled. I don't need periodic version checking either. I mean, how often are we going to change these? Periodic image update check. We don't need any of that. What is this? Get rid of that. That's not a thing. Let's get rid of that. That goes away. Because nobody's going to have their app open 24/7. And we're not going to make them update stuff in the middle of a game. If they're in the middle of a game, whatever. They just won't have updated stuff. They start the game and reload it, fine. But beyond that, it's not necessary. Getting rid of that. Let's keep it clean, man. All right, so what... Get the instance and call begin load images directly. Play image preloader.instance. Public method to initiate the preloading process. Because this call is not awaited. Oh, it needs to be awaited. Execution of the current method continues. Alright, stop again. Okay, well, that didn't do anything. Is it thinking? Oh. Okay. Let's see if that fires anything that time. Ten minutes to get at least this thing to fire. At least one thing. Play image preload. I mean, add more debug logs. Did it run? Just want to see things fire. And no. Okay, so does app initializer ever fire? What the heck? The app in, oh wait. Yeah, I'm not even getting to this. I am completely not seeing app initializer fire. Do I not have this thing loaded anywhere? I wonder if I have to add this to something like title screen. Because we got screen manager, but I don't have app initializer loaded on anything. Main canvas? Title screen manager. I don't see. What if I added app initializer here? Just, is it expecting stuff? Image preloader. No. Play image preloader. What am I calling here? Server config. Load from resources if not assigned. Alright. There's something weird going on here. If config not assigned an editor, try to load from resource. So this might load stuff, but I'm wondering if I need why do we need I guess I don't understand why we can't just call functions. Why do we have to set up components this way? Why can't it just call it? Can you explain why we need to assign image preloader to the app initializer? Why can't it not simply call the class directly without being set in the UI? Because it's just dumb. Instantiate the class, dang it, call the class. Why do I need to set it up in the UI? It's not a normal way to do things. Why is that bold? Why are they such gigantic letters? Once I game card and play card UI, load images on demand when I need them. is about configuration and control and initializing timing. So I'm feeling like the first two are redundant. If game card is calling one, why do we need to have it in the available plays? Because again, maybe it's redundant. Make play must point the central cache. Yes. Okay, play image preloader. Is image cached? Public async, get or load image. Return cache image. This requires storing the actual. Game card. Alright, game card. Load play image async. Texture, 2D, texture, await, playbook, preloader, instance. All right. If textures, no, card image, no. And then we have card image texture, texture, and game card set active true. Okay. Make playbook servers. I don't need that one because I'm not doing option 2. Wait, what? The service layer is the right place for caching. UI components don't need to know about caching details. makes sense. In playbook service. So what? They're saying don't put this piece in? And instead, put this over here. Playbook service is over here. Honestly, though, load play image plays could show up in other places besides playbooks, but we'll worry about that later. Well, maybe not. Playbook might handle all of that. All right, but that still doesn't really. I think the answer to that is yes, and I'm trying to figure out which one. It's 11:03. I do have to call it for the night, though. I think it would be good for me to call it and hit the hay. I gotta get up, work out, make cake, go to church. Maybe not in that order. But until next time, God bless.